Everyone's the Bourbon Judge.
All I got is bourbon.
Welcome back, everyone's the Bourbon Judge. Welcome back, everyone's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we are back at it with a topic today that I think is extremely important, especially this day and age with how inflation and prices are on the rise. It's time to give you 5 budget-friendly whiskeys that you should own. They should be on your shelf and you should be enjoying them. All right, before I get into these 5 real quick, let's do a couple just updates for the channel as a whole. Number one, a lot of people have reached out, Judge, like, what's your next barrel pick that's coming out to your Patron community? So the next barrel pick that's coming out for our community is a short barrel bourbon. Short barrel, the brand. So it's bourbon finished in X honey barrels. That will be in the next week and a half, probably. No more than 2 weeks. So really excited for that one. Short barrel. Oh man, that brand is just on the rise for sure. So really excited about the short barrel that's coming in. But we also have a whole bunch of other barrels that we've already picked that are coming in. We have a 4-gate double oaked. We have a Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. We have some Middle West spirits coming in, High Bank coming in. A lot of great barrels that are in the works of coming in very shortly, as well as we've already started to schedule out future barrel picks as well. So a lot of great things going on in the Judge community. Speaking of the Judge community, check out, if you haven't done thus far, my new merch. It's one of my sweatshirts. Definitely really cool. So make sure you check out my merch. You can go ahead to my website, TheBourbonJudge.com, and just click the link for merch. So if you're interested in grabbing some merch, go ahead and just check me out over there. And last but not least, please make sure you also check me out over on Facebook. So I'm trying to expand a little bit, putting some content out here. Of course, always on YouTube, but then also some updates over on Facebook as well. So make sure you go ahead and check me out over there. All right. So what are we going to get into today? So again, these are 5 budget-friendly whiskeys that I personally love. And don't get me wrong. Like, for example, if you watched my last episode, it was the barrel aged 33-year bottle, right? And it ended up being great. It was $200. But not all great whiskey has to be $200. I'm going to give you 5 today that I personally love. And I mean, I love them day in, day out. I'm sipping them when I have friends over. They're enjoying them as well, so you don't have to spend a lot of money to have great quality whiskey. Fair? All right. Next, I will say is that what you're not going to see today, Old Forester 1897, Old Forester 1910, Wild Turkey. Everyone loves Old Forester. Everyone loves Wild Turkey. We've all talked about them in the past. I want to give love to some newer brands that have been around for the last few years, but they're not as big as like your Heaven Hills, your Wild Turkeys, and so forth. There is one brand though that is a big Kentucky brand, and I wanted to shout this one out only because it's a newer release from them. Fair? All right. So we're gonna change it up, budget friendly and fantastic whiskey. Is that cool? All right. Hey, if you haven't did it thus far, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I am like this close, still trying to get 20,000 subscribers. I appreciate the love, so if you can, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna wait. Please hit it. All right. I guess you probably did. Hopefully you did. All right. So these are not, by the way, ranked in order. These are just 5 budget-friendly whiskeys. By the way, all of them are less than $50. So 5-0, all less than $50. Which this day and age, honestly, for slightly better quality whiskey, that's not bad for $50, especially with inflation and so forth. All right. So Judge, what's number 1? Again, not going in order, but just number 1. All right, so number 1 on my list, this to me is a brand that I think the world of this brand. And I mean, I think the world of this brand. Their bourbons, their ryes, their wheaters that they have, you name it. Everything that they produce is truly amazing. I've now done 2 barrel picks with them. And hell, it's the glass I'm sipping out of as well. So what does that say? Middle West Spirits. So this is Middle West Spirits. This is their straight rye whiskey. For me, this is a dark pumpernickel rye as well. And this is not the cask strength version. This is their standard shelfer. They have the cask strength that's on the shelf as well. But this is like the lower proof. This is their 96 proof whiskey. To me, honestly, Middle West Spirits is, when I'm talking about a brand that is truly like their trajectory, it's not like this. It's straight up. I mean, they are just putting out fantastic releases each and every year. Middle West Spirits is special. Folks, I'm telling you, as a shelf whiskey at 96 proof, I sip this all the time, and I mean all the time. I can sip it, honestly, all evening because it is only 96 proof without the judge falling asleep. Love me some Middle West spirits. Check out the Dark Pumpernickel Rye Whiskey, the 96 proofer. I think you can find it for like $48, $47. That's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, that's number one. So what's number two? Number two also comes from a craft distillery, slightly smaller craft distillery, but still a craft distillery. Number two comes from the great state of Washington. I love this brand. Woodinville. So this is a Woodinville. They're bourbon whiskey. This is the 90 proof. Their shelf bottle. It's like a $40 or $45 bottle of whiskey. Honestly, great quality. What I love about Woodinville is there's something unique about each and every pour from them. I've always felt like most Woodinville products have almost like a slight hint of like a honey note. They're not honey finished bourbons, only crystal clear. They are not, but most of the time, like in their palate, even in the nose a little bit, but in the palate specifically, they always have like a slight little hint of like a little honey. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Who knows? It could be like their yeast strain they use. It could be their mash bill. Could be a lot of different things. Could be like just where they're based out of. Not really sure, but they always have that note. And honestly, Woodinville, all their products, but even this daily sipper, this 90 proof, fantastic. Truly fantastic. All right, before I get to 3 through 5, I have a quick question. Did you subscribe yet? Please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. But honestly, go ahead and if you can, like today's video. Also drop a comment as well so that I would love to know what are some of your favorite budget-friendly whiskeys that you absolutely love and enjoy and share with friends. Cool? All right. Hey, cheers. Woo! Gosh, that's good. All right. What is number 3? So number 3, and again, these are all not ranked in order. I just put these 5 out here. Number 3 was in my top whiskeys of 2024. Yes, see? Top whiskey of 2024 list. And it made it, and it was a budget-friendly bourbon. Coming in at $50, $50 bottle of whiskey. Coming from Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the brand new Origin Series, the Wheated Bourbon. Folks, when you talk about the wheated category, everyone loves Maker's Mark. I get that, and so do I. I love Makers. Everyone loves Weller, Antique, Reserve. I get it, right? I like Weller as well. But if you want to find something that's on the shelf, great quality, and is a wheated bourbon that is standing up against those big boys, against Makers and against Weller, stop it. Bardstown Bourbon Company, the Origin Series, their wheated bourbon, it's out of this world. Honestly, it's amazing, and it's on the shelf. No hunting, none of the nonsense, no secret hookups, no asking or begging, store managers and liquor store owners, hey, can I get this bottle? You can actually walk in and grab it and enjoy this quality pour. It holds its own. I'm telling you, this wheated bourbon is here to stay. That's Bardstown Bourbon Company. All right, number 4. Woo. So number 4, I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. As I said earlier, this one is a larger brand, but this is a newer release. Hence the reason why it's on today's list, because it just came out, and I reviewed these recently. But this is Four Roses. This is the OESK, the brand new single barrel coming in at 100 proof. These are $49.99. To me, I love the fact that Four Roses is changing it up. They're using some of their other recipes and mash bills for their single barrel program. I'm very thankful for that. And that's the reason why I put this one on the list, because it deserves it. Great quality whiskey. And honestly, at $50, you can't beat it. So if you want to stick with the larger brand, you can try the brand new Four Roses. Any of one of the new ones that came out recently. Fair? All right. Judge, what is last but not least? Ooh, boy. This is fun. This comes from another brand that, at $50, you really can't beat the value. Great. It's not cask strength, but it is foolproof. I like that. So if you want something with a little bit more of a kick, because these are all obviously anywhere from like 90, 100. The Bardstown one is 106, but you want something a little bit higher proof, grab this one. But before you grab this one, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel as well. All right, coming in the number 5 spot. This is Green River bourbon. They're foolproof. Oh man, I'm telling you, Green River is just like their whiskey. This foolproof, and their single barrels. But even this foolproof, it is like, I mean, it belongs at the top of the food chain as it relates like to great foolproof whiskeys. And it's only $50. That's the crazy thing about it. Hey friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, as we say in this courtroom. Salute. Take care. See you guys.